it's the element of consistency, whether that's consistency in your studies, and that includes things like having a regular schedule for your studies, and as well as like allotting time for yourself, for your resting time. And I think rest is definitely really important while studying, because you don't want to burn out. And I've had a bad experience of burning out, so that's why I learned to be more organized and have an element of discipline in my studies. And that's through creating a work schedule and dissecting tasks into small and manageable ones so that I can deal with them one at a time.
I think that the most effective study techniques would probably be to always be prepared for every single test or subject or assignment, and do everything a few days before the deadline so that you have time to proofread and check over your assignments. And the second thing would probably be the active recall method for my study techniques, which is basically trying to test yourself constantly, even in public transport or even between lessons, trying to test yourself on different concepts.
I believe that planning is very important for how you want to study. So I personally had a specific schedule for myself every day, so I would be able to determine what I would study in specific periods of time.
So firstly, I would advise setting very specific goals. So instead of saying, I must study biology, chemistry, and physics today, you can break them down into more simple modules. For example, I have to get this done. I have to get photosynthesis done before 8 p.m., for example. This way, you hold yourself accountable and you actually get the work done rather than procrastinate. A second tip would be to learn ahead. How you do that is obviously you can come to NTK and ask your tutor about the topic before it's being taught at school, so you have some knowledge of what's going on. Or you can read the book and go through course material in preparation for specific topics. And lastly, there are some really specific study methods that I find extremely helpful, such as flashcards and the method of blurting and explaining to people how a concept works.
I feel like, especially for private tutoring, which I did for biology and chemistry, it was really helpful because the teachers would give me really detailed notes and also personalize the whole learning experience according to my learning pace and also my learning abilities. And I also did the mock exam courses. I feel like the difficulty level was on a similar level or even more difficult than the actual IB exams, which helped me prepare and also give me like an insight into how prepared I was for the actual IB exam.
Yeah, I think it was very important, especially the resources that NTK has that helped me prepare for my papers, and I was very confident going into the exam.
I definitely think it would help because he taught content in a very fun and interesting way, and he's a very down-to-earth and relatable person. And not only that, he helped me with like the basics of language and how I could he expanded maybe my lexicon and how I use my language. And not only that, he gave me a lot of fresh ideas and unique perspectives that I didn't see before. That just shows that NTK's English program, at least that's what I can speak for, it's a very well designed